Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Divine Truth Tarot. I've got a reading for you tonight, this evening. It's the start of a Mercury retrograde. Nobody really loves Mercury retrograde, but I wanted to, this is not going to be a Mercury retrograde reading per se, but I did want to go ahead and deliver a reading to you guys tonight. I have the Light Seers Tarot and the Magical Dimensions Oracle card. So just two decks. I wanted to keep it simplistic. And I wanted to... What I'd like to do tonight is a little different. So I would like to tap into the divine masculines who are involved in karmic relationships, specifically with a partner. It's very easy to look at the karmic partner as the enemy, okay? As the enemy of the divine feminine, the enemy of the connection. So what I wanted to do was to get some answers from the divine masculines. Let's find out what they're actually going through. And I may pull out, okay, give me 1 second because they do want me to, they do want me to go ahead and pull out the Osho Zen deck. I swear I can never do a reading with just one or two decks. They do want me to go ahead and pull out the Osho Zen Tarot. So we're going to introduce that one to the reading as well. They want me to go ahead and let's start actually with the Osho Zen Tarot. So we will remove the other decks to the side. I hope everyone's doing really well. I'd like to take a moment just to thank all of my subscribers, all of my moderators, everyone in the family. Thank you so much for supporting one another, for being here for each other, for the personal readings that you guys have purchased from me. You know, a lot of you have asked about personal readings. I am about halfway booked up for November. So once I get through my emails sometime this week, I do apologize. I'm definitely behind on emails. I will be giving those first come, first serve. So if for anyone who's emailed me in the past, week or so, you will have first come, first serve in regards to those readings. And then I'm still probably more than likely taking December off. Okay. So December, I will be taking off for personal readings and just wanted to let you guys know. So I will be focusing on all collective readings. Give me 1 second. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, I got a flying card. So I will be focusing on collective readings because it's going, just November and December are pivotal months, but since I do have a lot of people wanting personal readings for November, I'm going to go ahead and follow through with November. And then December, I will be focusing just on the videos, collective readings for the channel. So you'll want to watch closely to those readings because they're going to be delivering all the information that you need. And then I will likely resume personal readings in January. Okay. All right, guys. So let's get going. Let's invite in my higher self. Please be present. My light team, my guides, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Gabriel. Okay. Okay, what do the masculines who are in karmic relationships wish to tell their feminine? Okay. I'm not going to take reverse cards in this deck. Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacles, which has come up over and over and over and over and over again for the masculines. And then the Five of Cups. Okay, so this tells me quite a bit, actually. Now, the Five of Cups is regarded as a card that it's really about holding on to the past. It's about not being able to let go. It's about fears. It's about the fear of what happens. Let me move these closer. What happens if I let go? What happens if I let go of my grip that I'm holding on to? They've been holding on, these masculines, to the belief systems and to these relationships and to the outdated programming. Like, what happens if I let go? It's almost like they're afraid of, if they let go of these karmic relationships, that they will actually lose the possibility of the Ten of Pentacles. So in some sort of convoluted way, these masculines that are in karmic relationships feel like the Ten of Pentacles, like they lost it, like they had the opportunity with the karmic partner, and since that didn't work out, it's like they feel like failures. How could it possibly work out? I tried, it didn't work out, I gave it my best. So they're struggling right now with feelings of inadequacy, feelings of shame, feelings of guilt for they don't actually want it to work out. They want it to work out with the feminine. So that induces feelings of guilt, feelings of shame, feelings of not being good enough, unworthiness. So the masculines are battling with a lot of these. You can see there's just what's going on in their mind, what's going on in their heart is very chaotic. And it's like they can't seem to take the blinders off to see that clinging to the past is what's causing the problem. It's actually what's keeping them from their real, actual Ten of Pentacles. But they feel like they lost the Ten of Pentacles, which was the karmic relationship. So then they feel like, how could I ever recreate that? I put blood, sweat, and tears. I put years into that connection. We have children together. There was marriage or some sort of a partnership, right? Maybe a business together, families blended, all of these things. They feel like I lost that. Like I had the opportunity and I couldn't make it work. And so then they don't even feel deserving of trying again in the future. And that's why a lot of the masculines have pushed the feminine away, have told the feminine, you deserve better, because they actually feel like I can't give you the world and you deserve the world. And so yeah, these masculines are definitely in a bit of a quandary mentally and emotionally. Now, okay, I'd like to find out, this is definitely a different reading, but I was really guided to do it tonight. I'd like to find out what lessons the karmic partner is teaching the masculine. What lessons is the karmic partner experiencing? Three of Wands, yeah. What lessons is the karmic partner teaching the masculine? Wow. Look at this, guys. Experiencing. They're experiencing lessons. They're learning. They are learning from the karmic partner. The karmic partner is a teacher in disguise, okay? Karmic partner feels like the villain, right? In a lot of our stories, like the karmic partner, they're the villain. I mean, they're the thing, they're the block, they're the obstacle. What if they weren't the block or obstacle? What if they actually were the gateway and the segue to union? What if they represented the door that opens itself to union? So over the past couple days, it's not that I've had this revelation per se, but I've been able to really turn my thinking to this place of realizing this is all pre-planned, it's predestined, this is all part of the experience for the masculine, it's part of the experience for the karmic partner, it's part of the experience for me. We can damn the karmic partner, we can shun the karmic partner, we can curse the karmic partner, but really, it's weird because I've never actually felt any sort of, I don't think, maybe a little bit here and there, but very little have I actually felt like anger towards the karmic partner. I have always felt like she was a teacher and a lesson. I have always felt as though there was a reason and a purpose for her being there. And I also strongly feel like, even though I've never met her, I strongly feel like she is a karmic partner for me. Like there's a lesson there. There's a definite, there's a learning to be had from that situation and of that situation. So very much the masculines are very much involved in taking out, extracting as much as they can from these situations. And this comes up over and over again, as well as the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Two of Pentacles, moment to moment. So present moment experiences. The masculines are learning, with this pandemic. They're learning how to be present for their lives. They're learning that they cannot escape. They're learning that part of the lesson is the pain and agony and anguish of being apart from the feminine. Okay, because the masculines that are in karmic relationships are, for the most part, in some sort of a separation from their feminine. Whether you're in full separation in silence or you're just in partial separation, the pandemic has sort of created this situation where the masculines felt like they couldn't leave. So then there was more guilt on top of guilt. So they felt like, I can't leave because I have to stay. I have to fulfill my duties. I have to fulfill my obligations. So there felt like there was even more pressure for them to stay where they were, which really, for a lot of the feminines, that's been infuriating. And even though the feminines can understand, the feminines don't necessarily want to accept that because it sort of feels like we've gone backwards. 2020, for a lot of twin flames, it feels like you've gone 20 steps backwards, and all we wanted to do, we were so close, a lot of us, to union. We were so close to, you know, having it all, and it's sort of like all got taken away. And that's at least how it feels, even if that's not true, because in spiritual truth, we are already with our divine partner. In spiritual truth, they're always ours. They're never anybody else's. But in the physical, you know, Pentacles is physical energy, very much feels as though we're separate. So it's sort of remembering that everything is connected. Masculines are definitely learning, again, how to be present in these connections, how to be present for themselves, how to be present in their lives. And that is a huge lesson for the masculines because they have not been present. There's been a lot of distractions. There's been a lot of, like I said, spiritual warfare against the masculines. You know, we had a divine masculine comment on one of yesterday's videos, and I was really happy to see that. And so I feel like the masculines are coming out of the woodworks. You know, they want to be heard, they want to be seen, and they want to let the feminine know, like, I never wanted to hurt you. I never purposely hurt you. I never purposely walked away. I was protecting you. You were being protected by the divine. The feminine, that the separation was to protect the feminine, protect the connection so that both of you weren't inundated with the spiritual warfare. Like the feminine was doing so much, has been doing, is doing so much in the 5D, and the masculine, you know, volunteered. This is a volunteering of the masculines to stay back in the physical, stay back, some of them, in these karmic situations so that the feminine could go ahead and move forward. So it was an actual act of love, even though it felt like an act of betrayal from the masculine. 6 of Cups. This is soulmates, right? This is a soulmate card for me. This is, you know, obviously the twin flame card. And I know twin flames are different from soulmates, but this would be the soulmate card if there was one, aka twin flame. We're just going to say one and the same for the sake of this card and for the sake of this reading. And so the energies that come through are a longing. There's a longing energy. So for the masculines who are in these karmic situations, don't think for a minute that you're forgotten. This is very much letting the feminine know, you're not forgotten. I'm not gone, and you're not gone from my mind. Just because I'm living moment to moment and I'm going through these experiences and I'm having trouble letting go of the past, and I feel like I've sort of messed everything up, doesn't mean that I don't think about you, dream about you, long for you all the time, because they do. They have a very good way of hiding it. And we have to remember, because of the spiritual warfare the masculines have been under, the masculines, their memories legitimately have been wiped clean. So the feminines have all these memories. The feminines feel the pain of separation. The masculines do too, but they don't really know why. It doesn't yet make sense to them. The puzzle pieces aren't all together. The feminine gets it. We've had past lives together. We're twin flames. The feminine researches. She understands. She has other twin flames, other divine feminines that she can talk to. We have these videos, right, that we can go to. The masculines, not so much. So they've been in isolation, a lot of them, and having to go through this alone and feeling very alone, feeling very abandoned by the universe, feeling very abandoned by life, feeling abandoned by the karmic partner who's never truly understood them, feeling abandoned by their culture, their religion, their families who didn't truly understand them, and having to wear a mask, which is exhausting, right? I mean, look, there's a mask being worn here. It's exhausting to wear that mask. It's exhausting to pretend to be something you're not. What's happening with the 5 of Cups too, I wanted to point out, is that the masculines feel like they're losing, right? They're losing something when they have to walk away from these connections. And they are losing something. They're not realizing or able to see yet how much they'll gain by actually leaving, and that will open the space and the door for the feminine to come back in and for that commitment to happen, right? For that connection to be planted in the physical. So the masculines are mourning the past and not yet realizing or seeing what lies ahead for the future. So it's like the inability to see how much they're going to gain by letting go of something that's actually run its course. So let's find out, I don't ever do this, but I'm really being called to do this, guys, with love. Let's find out how the karmics are viewing the masculines. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, we have transformation. Okay. And this is interesting. Transformation is the death card, which is also the birth card. It's the Scorpio card. So Scorpio energy coming out. I'm not surprised. We're about to be in Scorpio season. Holla, best season. Scorpios, we're so prideful about being Scorpio. Scorpio is the one sign that we are the sign that is the proudest of being the sign that we are. I was talking with a fellow Scorpio friend. My birthday is Halloween. Her birthday is November 1st. So she's exactly 3 years in a day older than me. And we joke about it because it's like, okay, so we love being Scorpios. Anyway, we'll talk about that another time. But this is the Scorpio card, and it has been coming up in my collective readings a lot. And the burden card has come up as well. So the karmic partners are viewing this connection and viewing the masculines as a burden at this point in time. Like something that they have to do, but they don't necessarily want to do. As I've stated before, I strongly feel like these karmic partners also have somebody on the side that either they're about to connect with, they feel that they're going to connect with that person. The love has walked out of the door, okay? The connection is not passionate. There's no passion here. The karmic partners are watching the masculines transform right before their eyes, and they don't recognize them. That's what I'm getting. So it's a burden to them because it's a burden to them, and because their partner is now unrecognizable and they don't know how to address it. They don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to talk to them. There were already communication problems. There were already intimacy problems. There were already issues within the relationship, blatant issues. Well, now they're glaring because they've been forced to deal with them because of this pandemic and being in close quarters with one another for months and months and months. So the karmic partners they're not pleased at all that the masculines are changing because it's forcing their connection to change, and it's becoming, the damage is irreversible at this point. And the transformation is huge. Okay, this is a rebirth. This is a death of their former self, a death of how they used to act, a death of them people pleasing, of them being codependent, of them having addictions, a death of being a workaholic. This is the masculine reasserting or asserting their independence and saying, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this dance. I don't want to be your slave. I don't want to be codependent in this relationship. This is not healthy. Recognizing it, moving away. So it's like the karmic partner feels them moving away, but doesn't exactly know. It's like, what? I feel it, but I don't really know why. I feel like something's changed, and they can't pinpoint it. And the masculine may be playing dumb, be like, I don't know what you're talking about, because the masculines are planning behind the scenes. They're planting seeds and they're planning behind the scenes. They're planning their move. They're planning their escape. And I see also, I just noticed this, it's like the karmic partner is going, where did he go? Like, or where did she go? Like, I need to find them. Where did they go? The masculine that they knew is nowhere to be found at this point. What else does the karmic think? What does the karmic think about the divine feminine? I'm telling you guys, whether you know it or not, the feminine, the karmic knows about you. Oh, I can't make this up. Oh, holy shit. Okay. I can't with these cards. All right. We have the Empress, the Four of Pentacles, the Miser, and look, comparison. Look at this. How does the karmic partner feel about the feminine? He or she is comparing themselves to you. They're trying to research you. They're stalking you on social media. They're trying to find out everything they can about you. Some of them may even be impersonating the feminine. Some of them. They want to have the masculine all to themselves, okay? They're hoarding the masculine's energy, love. They're attempting to. This is not working, but they're attempting to. This is nasty. This is not a nice person. So the karmic partners are not looking their best right now, like energetically, spiritually speaking. I don't know about physically, but they're definitely not putting their best foot forward. Their true side is coming out, and the masculines are seeing this. These will be tower moments within these connections where the masculine goes, oh, wow, that's really who you are. I married that person, or I had kids with that person, or I devoted my life to that person. That's who you are. And the masculines are going to have to come to terms with who they're actually living with. It's not a pretty sight. The karmic partners recognize this feminine as being the empress, as being the divine masculine's counterpart. They know who you are. That's why they're jealous. That's why they're comparing themselves. That's why they're trying to one-up the feminine. But the feminine's over here. She's not in competition with the karmic partner. She doesn't need to be, or he doesn't need to be. There's no need for that. There's no need to be, actually, I'm not done with these. There's no need to be in competition when you are the divine feminine. You will always win. You've had your masculine's heart from the very beginning of time, and you always will. So there is no comparison. So the karmic partner is sort of fighting against herself or himself. It's not a pretty look. It's not a good look. Oh, wow. So what is going on within these connections in general, these divine masculines who are in karmic situations, karmic relationships? We have nothingness, okay? So we have the Hierophant and the Hermit. These are all major arcana cards. Major changes, massive upheavals going on within these connections. And we have awareness, which is the Chariot. When the Hermit and the Hierophant come together and arrive together in a reading, that's huge, okay? This tells me that there's absolutely no action going on. There's no forward momentum going on in these connections. They're like, it's at a standstill. It's dead, literally dead in the water. They're like, it can't be found. The connection, that's why the karmic partner is like, hey, where are you? Like looking out, like, I can't find you. Where's the masculine? I can't see him. Or I can't see her, because there is no masculine. The masculine is no longer present. The masculine is spending a lot of time retreating, okay, going within. Some of these masculines may even be going to retreats, okay? They may be going to places like ashrams or meditation centers, or they just might be retreating to their part of the house, or they're not present in these connections. They're present for themselves. They're present for their spiritual journey. But remember, feminines, when you went through that and you were awakening and you were present for your spiritual journey, you weren't exactly present for your 3D life. So the masculines are like, leave me alone. And a lot of these masculines are also saying to the feminine, leave me alone. I need to grow. I need to learn who I am. I need to figure out how to love myself. I need to go on this quest, okay? I need to go on this quest to find myself. I just need time alone. I need to become no one, no thing, and nobody. I need to understand what that feels like. I need to go on this spiritual journey. I need to educate myself. I need to figure out who I am as a soul. Don't follow me, the divine masculine says. Don't follow me. I don't want you here. So if you're masculine, if this is resonating, please do not chase the masculine. I'm learning my own lessons in that regard, in terms of even reaching out with not expecting a response. There's always, like almost always, there's an expectation of a response, unless you have zero ego present, like zero ego. So just be mindful of that. And this is the Chariot card. I don't really identify this as a Chariot card, even though this is what it's supposed to be. This card is another card that's been coming up over and over again. What I see this card is these are all so telling. This is the masculine coming into an awareness of himself or herself. This is who I am. This is what I am. This is what I stand for. This is why I'm here. Developing a new set of belief systems. Just the dismantling of everything that came before. Everything that came before, it's like it's being wiped clean. Everything that came before no longer exists. That's why the karmic partner can't find the masculine, because they don't exist anymore. That version of them is gone. Karmic, and they need to create this new identity of them as a spiritual, as a soul in a body. Okay, a spiritual being having a human experience, not a human having a spiritual experience, the other way around. They need to learn how to identify. This is breaking free, realizing I'm so much more than this human body. They're having a lot of revelations and insights, guys. A ton of revelations and insights, like you wouldn't even believe. Like, look how telling all of these cards are. the readings get stronger and stronger, more and more powerful, more and more intuitive every single day that I do them. And I'm sure it's not just for me. I don't watch any, besides Guided by Angels and her twin, I don't really watch any other readings so much. So, but I can imagine that the readings for other genuine readers, authentic readers, are only getting stronger and stronger. While I'm shuffling the Magical Dimensions deck, guys, I want to take a moment, if you're still with me, to let you know about a few things that are going on in the spiritual community. There are, and there will be revealed, that some twin flame couples who are out there, they're not actually twin flames. I've spoken about this a little bit, but there's a lot of false prophets that will be revealed within the next few years. By 2022, there might be some still stragglers that are revealed in 2023. These are people who are calling themselves ascended masters. These are people who are saying, I am literally calling themselves like a self-identified prophet. These are people who are charging like exorbitant amounts for their programs. These are people who are not aligned with source, who are working for the dark side. I'm not going to name names. I'm just not going to do that. But just be mindful of who it is that you follow, what it is that you choose to devour and take in terms of knowledge, because we need to keep our vessels really clean. And again, as I've always said, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. With my readings, with anyone else's, if my words don't resonate for you, either I'm not the reader for you, maybe it's not the right time, or maybe bits and pieces, maybe some things resonate, some things don't. That's okay. I am perfectly okay with that. I've always said that I'm right here on the journey with you. I'm not ahead of you. I'm not behind you. I'm just there with you, side by side. We're in the canoe. We're rowing together. And anyone who purports to be ahead of you, that's not a spiritual, that's ego. Okay, that's an egoic response. That's an egoic mindset. So anyone who says, you know, I'm ahead of you, or I'm a master, we're all masters. It's just a matter of us recognizing that we're masters. We're all intuitive. It's just a matter of recognizing the power and the magic of your intuition. So I just wanted to put that out there, to be really mindful of false prophets. Here's what's scary is a lot of them seem genuine and authentic and real because they have this 80-20 rule where they'll speak 80% truth, and then the 20% is what kind of will baffle somebody. They're people who are really on this journey, who are sort of desperate for information, desperate for answers. You know, is this my twin? What can you tell me? When are they coming back? We've all been there. But unfortunately, some people are finding these false prophets, false twin flames, and they're listening to them. And they are getting taken advantage of. So I just wanted to be mindful. And I don't think any of my viewers would be following anybody like that, but I just wanted to put that out there as information that needs to be discussed. More to come potentially later, but let's go ahead and move on. Drop the card with the reading. Okay, so let us check in. So what is going on within these connections? Wow. Okay. What is going on within these connections? Third eye power, third eye portal. Vision, clairvoyance, and clarity. No more confusion. The truth is becoming clear. The truth is being revealed. Okay. There's no more confusion. There's no more, I don't know, like muddying of the waters. There's only truth. There's only truth. There's only love. And the truth is that love has left the room in these connections. Love is no longer present. So when that happens, and when there's an awareness of that, the masculine third eye is opening. So if you're experiencing headaches, sinus issues, even eyesight problems, vision issues, understand that is your masculine. It's either your third eye or the masculine's third eye that is opening. I have sanctuary, healing and comfort, faith, restoration. This is not a restoration of these connections by any means. This is the masculine restoring his or her faith in the divine plan, in the universe, in God, in themselves, in you. Understanding they gave up, in a sense, a lot of them on this connection. They gave up, they walked away, they said, find somebody better. I can't be what you need. That wasn't the truth. They weren't speaking the truth. And I'm telling you, it hurt them as much as it hurt you. Because why? because that's not their truth. And whenever you say something or you act in a way that is not in alignment with your truth, you will experience emotional pain and physical pain. We also have isolation, loneliness, reconnection in home. You have a howling wolf, right? We have our little mascot here, Seraphina Aurora. For those of you who are being introduced to her for the first time, she is our mascot, thanks to one of our amazing divine feminines, a gift from Ronald. And she is powerful. She's a divine feminine. She's a prophetess. She speaks the truth. She understands. She accepts. She surrenders, but she's powerful. She doesn't take any shit. She's powerful. So we have a wolf here howling and wanting, like the masculines. Look at this. The restoration, the sanctuary is the divine feminine. They're howling. They're longing, like in their loins. They're longing for the feminine. Guys, remember when a lot of the readers, we would talk about all, sexuality. Notice how a lot of readers haven't done that recently, because this year has been about, it's not that that's not there, like the passion's there, but you don't hear me talking about it as much because it's about the love. It's not about the lust. At this point, it's about the masculines realizing this is true, deep love. So let's ask, what is the karmic partner? How are they perceiving this connection? Root portal. They're fearful. They're fearful they're going to lose their stability. Karmic partners are fearful this is going to be taken out right from underneath their feet, and they don't know what they're going to do when they lose the stability, when they lose the foundation, when they lose the money that's connected to the divine masculine, this perfect home, this house, it's we're a family. And when they lose that unit, that cohesiveness that was false to begin with, they're in fear of what that is going to do. Like, what is that going to do for... What is that, like, how am I going to survive? They don't know how they're going to survive. They're so codependent on the masculine. Magical realms, belief, confidence, co-creative power. This is where I feel like the karmics have a soulmate. If they're a karmic partner, they're not a divine feminine. That doesn't mean they're terrible people, and doesn't mean they don't have a soulmate. I strongly feel like they do have a soulmate. And what the divine masculine and karmic partner need to realize at a very deep level is that by staying together, they are holding each other back from both of them finding true love and happiness. They both just need to release each other. So what is coming up in these connections? What is upcoming in these connections? Like, what's right around the corner, spirit, in these connections? This is actually an exciting read. And I think if I keep it in, I won't do this all the time, but once in a while, and if I keep it in the energies and vibrations of love, I think this will work. Oh, wow. Well, your name is being spoken. You remember how the empress came up? Where is she? For the karmic partners, and how they're viewing the feminine. They're viewing you as the empress. They know that you're the divine counterpart. They know of you, even if they don't know your name, even if the masculine won't tell them anything in his closed lips. They know. Trust me, they know intuitively. They have intuition as well. Again, they're not terrible people. Most of these karmics, they're just not the counterpart, okay? They've served their purpose, the time is up, and it's time for them to part ways. Priestess, divine feminine worth. This is about them comparing themselves. What's coming up in these connections is you. You're a topic of conversation, a heated topic of conversation, and you're coming up, and you are being discussed, or the karmic is trying to discuss you to the masculine because they wish to get answers. They wish to understand. Masculine's pretty closed-lipped though. Like I feel like they're not, like they're showing me like the jaw being pried shut. That's why a lot of the feminines are having jaw issues. The masculine's not speaking the truth. They don't want to tarnish the relationship. They're protecting the relationship with the feminine by not talking about her, by not bringing her into this situation. Also, they want to protect if there's property they share, if there's a business they share, or children they share, they want to protect their rights. So the masculines are also being protective of the connection of you and of their rights. Emotional freedom, vulnerability, flowing, rebalancing. This is about both of them freeing themselves. I like seeing this. Both themselves freeing themselves from the connection. This is about emotional freedom. We're going to untie ourselves. This is about removing the burden, removing the ties that bind. Like literally, they're showing me the ties being untied, and the feminine, I'm sorry, pardon me, I'm so used to saying the feminine, the karmic and the masculine untying themselves from each other. Just untethering. There's an untethering that's taking place. What was going to be a short reading, of course, is now 34 minutes and counting. Because Sarah doesn't know how to do a short reading. There's just a lot that wanted to come through tonight. Okay. What else is coming up what is coming up in these connections for the karmic and the divine masculine? What is coming up in these connections? Well, the masculine's over here daydreaming about being free. Remember, we just got emotional freedom, being free and being able to go to his divine feminine. The masculine's like, la-di-da. They're not thinking about the karmic at all whatsoever. The karmic is like null and void as far as the masculine's concerned. Like, if they're still there, they're there solely out of duty and obligation. But trust me, that's going to shift. That's going to change. Remember, we have 3 major arcana cards here for the masculine's energy. Okay, 3. That tells us a lot. It tells us that the masculines aren't going to have control over the situation, which is going to peeve them. It's going to piss them off. And I just said peeve. Wow. You know when you realize you're becoming your mom? Your dad just happened. Yeah, the masculines are going to be pissed because they're not going to be able to control their departure from these connections. What is coming up in these connections? Yeah. More pain, more tower moments, more dark nights, more sleeplessness, insomnia, nightmares, not being able to sleep. Masculines aren't sleeping so well. So feminine, if you're having issues sleeping, your masculine is having issues sleeping as well. Okay. Tell us about how the masculine is going to free themselves. How will the masculine free themselves from these connections? How will the masculine free themselves from these connections? 3 of Cups. We have Cups. Celebration. Well, that's not answering how, so maybe I need to rephrase it. What will happen when they free themselves? There will be a celebration. For some, there will be a wedding. I know 4 of Wands usually indicates wedding, but for me, the 3 of Cups also indicates a potential wedding. It's a celebration. It's friendship. Okay, there's going to be a rekindling of the friendship. Some of you may be sort of like, really, friendship? I don't want friendship. Look, let it be what it needs to be. A friendship is beautiful. A friendship, the start, dang it, the start of a deepening, like the start of something. It's going to be a fresh start, and there's just going to be love, like lightness and friendship and love. And what more could you ask? I don't want that being here. We're going to put this over here. I don't want that being over there. And we're going to put this here because the masculines are dreaming of the feminines. Oh, 3 of Cups, Page of Cups, and the Ace of Cups just popped out. New beginnings rooted in vulnerability, rooted in love, rooted in honesty, rooted in deep conversations, rooted in trust. Speaking from the heart, following your heart. Where does your heart lead you, divine masculine? Where has it always led you from day one? Ever since you knew that love existed, it's always led you to your feminine. Your feminine has always been the one you've dreamed of. I'm going to stop there. The divine says stop there. Couldn't possibly get any better. So I hope this was helpful. It was definitely a different reading. I hope this answered some questions and gave you guys some clarity. I will see you tomorrow, or possibly tomorrow. I'm going to try to do a reading, at least one reading tomorrow. If not, definitely Thursday. I send you guys so much love, power, and strength, and I'll see you very soon.